G'day again everyone, welcome back. It's the beginning of summer here in Melbourne, Australia, in the southern hemisphere, and I'll just give you a quick update on some developments here in the garden. But if you're wondering, if you're in the USA, the climate in my city is very similar to San Francisco, the Bay Area of San Francisco. So whatever I'm growing here, technically you should be able to grow that in the Bay Area. I just mentioned that because I looked on YouTube Studio, and I've only just realised that more than half my viewers are watching from the USA. So thanks very much for tuning in from all the way over there. Appreciate it. And yeah, San Francisco Bay Area equivalent climate. So I'll just start off here with some dragon fruit, and this is the first time since I've been growing them for 3 years that I've got early flowers. So these buds actually formed in spring. So that's on the pink diamond variety there, and that's a self-fertile variety, so that's perfect if that's going to be my early season, because I can use that to pollinate the other varieties that are starting to bud, which are many, and I'll show you them now. So that's the pink diamond, as I said, and here we have buds forming on the Trish commercial red. I think there's about 5, and next to that is a pink panther, and I think that's got a few buds coming out, which the ants seem to enjoy. So next to the pink panther is a Trisha, sorry, and it's got about 10 buds on it. So I've tasted that one before, it's delicious. So that's on one vine, or one trellis. And if I move across here to the main one, the first one I put in, your standard Vietnamese white is starting to bud, and I grafted on a Aussie Gold, which has got about 5 buds on it already, which is not self-pollinating, but I'll be able to use pollen from the other varieties to get that going. So in all, I think there's about 9 varieties on 2 trellises. You've got your traditional style trellis there, and this system I worked out to put under the eaves. So it's just fence posts to make a trellis, and then another fence post to stop it from falling over, stop it from falling forward when it gets too heavy. So within a few weeks I will do a complete tour of the garden. Haven't done one for a couple of years, I think. But for now I'll just show you a bit of a preview as to what's standing out. So first with the dragon fruit, and it looks like now I'm going to always get fruit set on the Ben-Hur pomegranate. The trunk's quite large now, and got some good fruit off it last year, and this year there's plenty of fruit set on there, so hopefully it's an annual thing now with the Ben-Hur. Here's the wonderful that fruited from the first year. That was not really a challenge, but still a beautiful tree. I pruned it at the bottom to make room for the beetroot pot there, and also the blueberry plants allow them to get a bit more sun. And yeah, I've lost count of how much blueberries we got off that, but it still keeps producing. So there's three different varieties in there in raised beds. Got some fruit set on the first fruit set on the grafted KP mango, and so many fruitlets on the seedling glen in a pot. and it was in that position all winter. I didn't move it at all. It's obviously too small to hang on to all that fruit, but I think I might just let it drop it naturally rather than mess with it. But very happy with that. No fungal problems or anything on the leaves. So down the side here I decided to try passion fruit, which I've always wanted to grow, but I ran out of room, so I bought a large deep pot. I secured this trellis to the wall using that clip there, and it's been a success. I've counted roughly 25 pomegranate on there in its first fruiting season, and they're all just sort of tucked away in various sizes. But that's going to work out great, I think. It's frost free under the eaves there, frost free position, and I just keep adding trellis to the wall as passion fruit gets bigger. It hugs the wall quite tightly so it doesn't affect the walkway there. I'm quite happy with that. Now this is the Kampong self-pollinating white sapote, and there's reams and reams of fruit on that, and it's yeah, just hanging off everywhere. Quite prolific, this one. And the tree itself now is about 3 meters tall. So I will do a full tour within the next couple of weeks, so I'll go into more detail. This is just for the standout things, but here's two North American Paw Paw. We've got a local variety on the left and a Pennsylvania Gold on the right, and these things are now about 3.5 meters tall, and they're fruiting for the first time. So they're in full sun now. I did have them under a shade cloth the first couple of seasons, but they're fine now in full sun, and I'll give you an update on them when I do the tour, and hopefully the fruit hangs on. There's an unbelievable amount of Japanese plums on these trees. They're just and they're quite big this year. Still green, but that's the Mariposa. And around here we have the Santa Rosa, which, due to a lack of wind this year, we haven't had much wind. Most of the fruit has hung on, so that's probably my favourite plum. And on the Hass avocado and the Bacon avocado, there would have to be thousands of fruitlets. I think it's obviously a good year for avocados this year, going by other YouTubers' videos. But so the Hass and the Bacon next to each other, they sort of pollinate each other, and yeah, it's just unbelievable how many fruitlets are on there this year. Those trees now are approaching 5 or 6 meters tall, so very happy with them. They're bulletproof now. Frost or heat waves can't touch them. Very well suited to Melbourne if you look after them when they're young, but I'd go with grafted. If you've planted a seedling, you can always graft onto it. So next to the pond area here, which is always warmer than the rest of the garden, I'll just show you. It's still at 7 o'clock in the evening. In this area it's still 33 degrees Celsius. And we have a seedling Achacha there. It's been in ground all winter. It's just starting to put out new growth, and I've planted them. There's another one over there, an air layered one, and over there's a Garcinia variety Pakuri, and I put them near the pond because they don't lose any leaves. This one didn't drop a single leaf its whole life, so it doesn't dirty up the pond. And there I have an ice cream bean growing, which will eventually replace the shade cloth, and that goes through there, and it's starting to get a nice canopy on it now outside of the shade mesh. And eventually, when it gets big enough, I'll just remove the shade mesh, have a natural system in here. Just a little microclimate. The Kaloa longan, it's got a nice bunch of flowers on it, nice and early, so hopefully they hang on. And both varieties of Wampi have got plenty of flowers on them, so that's the Yim Pei, and over there's the Gai Sam, the taller one, and they've both got plenty of flowers, so fingers crossed they'll flower for the first time, fruit for the first time. So this is the yellow Grumichama, and I just noticed earlier it's getting flower buds for the first time, so it's in a semi-shaded spot. You give it plenty of water. It's 3 years old, I think, 3 or 4, and yeah, seems to like it there, so hopefully we get fruit on that. And if anyone recalls my previous video where I pollinated the epiphyllum flowers, there was a success with that. The flowers, only the flowers that were hand pollinated, they've now got little fruit that's on them. So I only pollinated 3 just as a bit of an experiment, and 3 got fruit and all the other flowers dropped off. So I'll just show you them now. So this is the fruit on the orange flowered one. Just for a comparison, there's my hand, which is a bit bigger than the pink flowered one, which I'll show you now. So the pink flowered one got 2 fruit, just a little bit smaller. But yeah, it goes to show you have to pollinate these, from my experience. So I'll pollinate them all next year, and yeah, should get a lot more fruit. And I'll do a taste testing when they ripen. So thanks for watching that one from wherever you are, and obviously there's a lot more to show, but I'll do that in a week or 2 when everything wakes up fully, and yeah, I'll speak to you then. Cheers.